Hello, welcome to the Mark Gennard Show, the cybersecurity show. There are new ATM scams out there wiping bank accounts. In this video, I'm going to talk about what they are, how they work, and how you can protect yourself. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going dark. So we have the Bitcoin ATM scam, right? Bitcoin ATM scams have become an increasingly prevalent and concerning issue. So here are some points that you're going to want to know about this scam, how it works. So Bitcoin ATM scams typically involve these following elements, right? Scammers impersonate government officials, law enforcement, utility companies, and other authority figures. They create a false sense of urgency, claiming the victim's money is at risk or they owe a debt. Then victims are directed to withdraw cash and deposit it into a Bitcoin ATM. Scammers provide a QR code for the victim to scan at the ATM, which sends the funds to the scammer's crypto wallet. Now, there are some scenarios that work alongside this, right? And here are some common scam tactics in regards to this. There are, romance scams where fraudsters build trust over time, before requesting money. There's pig butchering scams that start with random text messages and evolve into fake investment schemes. We have computer antivirus protection scams using fake pop-up alerts. You have impersonation of law enforcement, IRS, utility companies, and other officials. The FTC reports Bitcoin ATM scams losses have increased tenfold since 2020. In 2023, losses exceeded 110 million, with 65 million lost in just the first half of 2024. So adults over 60 are 3 times more likely to fall victim to these kinds of scams. So if you like this video so far, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and the like button. If you like this video, if you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button and the like button. Why are Bitcoin scams attractive to scammers? Well, transactions are irreversible and difficult to trace. Bitcoin ATMs are widely available in public locations. The decentralized nature of cryptocurrency means there's no central authority to reverse fraudulent transactions. Okay, so and one thing that I would say is I wouldn't limit it only to Bitcoin. I wouldn't limit it only to Bitcoin. There are what other cryptocurrencies out there would you think is next on the exploitation block from hackers/scammers? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now let's talk about the next kind of scam. So the next kind of scam is called ATM jackpotting scam, right? And ATM jackpotting is a sophisticated form of theft where criminals gain physical access to an ATM and use malware or other techniques to force the machine to dispense large amounts of cash. So recent incidents in Gwinnett County, Georgia have brought this scam back into spotlight. In August 2024, 2 suspects targeted ATMs at gas stations in Duluth and Brazelton, Georgia, using jackpotting technique, right? A jackpotting technique. So these thieves approached standalone ATMs inside the stations and simulated transactions using malware to hack into the machine software. This allowed them to withdraw significant amounts of cash without using legitimate bank cards. The process of ATM jackpotting typically involves, number 1, gaining physical access to the ATM and often using universal keys purchased online. So they're not going to do this in broad daylight. They're going to wait until you sleep. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3 in the morning, and then they're going to come and tamper with it. Number 2, installing malware or a rogue device via the ATM's internal hardware ports, commonly the USB port. Number 3, manipulating the ATM's middleware, which controls communication between the machine's components. Number 4, entering a code to initiate cash dispensing, right? ATM jackpotting can be extremely costly for financial institutions and ATM owners. In Europe, 202 successful jackpotting attacks were reported in 2020, right? Resulting in losses of approximately maybe $1.4 million. So this is another kind of scam out there that is plaguing the world. So we have Bitcoin, we have ATM scams. Now I'm gonna give you just an overall ATM scam perspective. This is a little bit less specific, right? It's a little bit less specific. However, it is one of the juggernauts that are happening right now. Okay, so let's talk about that. So from an overall perspective, right? From an overall perspective, a new ATM scam has emerged that targets users of the tap feature on debit cards. Here are the key details. So here's how the scam works. So scammers pour glue into the card reader slot of an ATM, preventing users from inserting their cards. Number two, when a victim tries to use the ATM, they find they can't insert their card. A helpful stranger nearby suggests using the tap feature instead. The victim taps their card and completes their transaction, but forgets to manually close out the session. After the victim leaves, the scammer can access the account and drain funds, sometimes up to the daily withdrawal limit. Okay? Why is this specific technique effective? So many people are unaware that tap transactions require manually closing the session. Unlike inserted card transactions which close automatically, right? The scammer's initial helpfulness lowers the victim's defenses. Okay, so that is what separates that, and that's what makes it very, very effective. So in other regards, right, how to protect yourself. So you're going to always examine the ATM for signs of tampering before use. You want to shield your PIN when entering it, right, in case of any kind of camera. You can use ATMs for trusted financial institutions, preferably those inside bank branches. If your card won't insert, don't use the tap feature. Instead, find another ATM or contact your bank. Always wait for the transaction to fully complete and return to the start screen before leaving the ATM. Regularly monitor your account for unauthorized transactions. So if you suspect you've been a victim, of this or any ATM scam, contact your bank immediately to report the incident and potentially recover your funds. So in regards to some of these ATM scams, are there areas where they're more prevalent? Well, you can say, yeah, let's talk about it, right? So Bitcoin ATM scams, they're concentrated in high traffic areas, right? They're often found in convenience stores, gas stations, and other high-end locations, right? What this suggests is that scams could be, more common in urban areas with higher density of these machines, okay? Any place where there's a lot of traffic, etc. So there is, unfortunately, a South Florida concentration. There's a notable concentration of crypto ATMs in South Florida, with nearly 700 operating in the area. Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale have a particularly high number of these machines. There's also in poor neighborhoods, right? The search from these scammers, right? And the analysis of it indicate that Bitcoin ATMs tend to be more prevalent in poor neighborhoods, right? Where there is more of a cash economy and potentially higher crime rates. There's also a nationwide issue in regards to this, right? The Federal Trade Commission, also known as the FTC, reports that Bitcoin ATM scams are a growing problem across the United States. Okay, $65 million. Okay, guys, in the first 6 months of 2024, that's a lot of money. Okay, so if you're 60 and older, you're gonna want to really take into account that you are 3 times more likely, and you know what? Let me say this like this. I wouldn't only stop at 60 years or older, but I would also say less tech savvy, less aware of what's going on and how hackers are exploiting. So I wouldn't want you to say, well, I'm young, I'm not above 60, so this can't happen to me. Well, if you don't know how this or these ATM scams work, then because of your unknowingness, your unawareness, then you could be 18, you could be 17 years old, you will be susceptible to these kinds of scams. So if you like this video, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and the like button. Again, if you like the information, if you enjoyed it, if you learned something new, please take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and the like button. Also, hit that notification bell and share your thoughts of this topic in the comment section below. I appreciate your viewership. Stay safe and see you on the next video.